I'm back. Let me tell you something I've learned as a married young woman, and I've been with this man now for 7 years. We're heading to 8 years. So at first, I used to want to win the argument. I would want to win the argument because that way, when I win the argument, I feel like I'm the one holding the power. But later on, I realized, wait, I'm winning the argument, but I'm not winning the battle. So it's a waste of time. What I need is to win the battle, not the argument. And then even after winning the argument, because eventually he's gonna step back and still do whatever he wants to do. So I mean, what's the point? So when I started tapping into my femininity and started taking my spiritual life more seriously, I started noticing I didn't care about arguing with this man anymore. I don't even know the last time I argued with him. Literally, when he wants to argue, he argues alone. It's not even a joke. Because I want to win the battle. I don't want to win the argument. And when I became feminine, and like I said, I started taking my spiritual life more seriously, I started noticing a lot of things happening. So, for example, I started discerning. I literally started having discernment. Oh, Katli, what is discernment? So discernment is basically your emotional and spiritual intuition with wisdom. So basically, it's the ability to sense energy, to sense the truth, to sense the lies, to sense the red flags without even literally finding out or even having the facts. But you can just feel it deep inside of you and you're like, something is wrong. Even before you even find out or know about it. And you can even feel when this is the wrong decision and this is not going to end well. You can feel it before it even happens. So that helps you now start becoming more logical than emotional, and you make wiser decisions. So most of the time when you as a woman become feminine and you draw more to your feminine energy and you become serious when it comes to your spirituality, you will see there's a lot of things you're going to feel and sense in your marriage and about your man or your husband, and even some decisions he wants to take, you're going to be able to feel and sense that, no, this is not it. This is the wrong move. And sometimes they do listen and sometimes they don't. So your job basically starts becoming, you're literally like the advisor. I don't think that's a good idea. Oh no, actually that is a good idea. Whether he listens to you or not, it's just a gift that's going to be given to you. And also, after having this discernment, I realized I started trying to force this on him. So I would be like, no, that's not a good idea. Now I started basically trying to force him, and it still defeated the whole purpose. So I realized that my job is just to advise and tell him what I think and what I'm feeling, and it's up to him whether he's gonna listen or not. And if he doesn't listen, he's gonna suffer the consequences alone, and he is gonna make sure that he fixes it. I'm not gonna even help him fix whatever it is if he's not gonna listen, right? So I realized when I was forcing it, and I'd be like, why can't you see? No. Now it felt like I'm actually becoming his mother. And that was a huge turn off. Now it felt like it's a power struggle. It felt like I'm trying to be the head. He's also trying to be the head and take that lead. And it backfired so badly. But like I said, so I'm going to give you a typical example. For example, your man comes to you and says, oh, maybe he's struggling financially, or something is wrong, blah, 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 financially. And he's very desperate at the time. And he tells you, can you please go and get a loan? Maybe you're the one who has a credit score that can qualify for this loan. And the reason why he's not qualifying for this loan is because he already has debts. And now you, as the woman he's asking for help from for this thing, now you're gonna be like, but you already have debts. You can't even pay. No, you see, now that's disrespectful, and you're belittling him. So what you do is, you don't wanna help him with this loan, right? Because firstly, his track record is bad. He's even struggling to pay all his existing debts. So you know for sure that going to take another loan is not going to help the situation. He's just speaking from a desperate mindset, and he's not thinking ahead. Most times men just want what they want now, today, right now, this minute, this second. They only start facing the consequences when they're like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done. But with us women, you can see that, no, but I can't take another loan for this man. He's struggling to pay his existing debts. So how do I think he's going to be? And sometimes he'll even be like, I will give you the money to pay it back. But deep down, he's already struggling to give you your allowance. He can't pay the loan back. So now naturally you would want to state all these facts and cause it into a fight. And now you guys are fighting and arguing and on silent treatment. It doesn't have to get to that. What I've learned is to win the battle and not win the argument. So you can advise, babe, I don't think it's a good idea to get a loan right now. I mean, look at the other debts we are having. It's a struggle to pay them back. Do you think it's a good idea to still get another loan? Oh no, babe, I have a plan. And you're like, okay, no problem. I will go to the bank tomorrow and inquire whether or not I can qualify. At the back of your mind, you're not gonna do it. But let him win the argument. Let him get his way. Let him feel like you do wanna help and you are putting effort because you care. Then in the morning, you can even go as far as going to the bank. Let him drop you off at the bank. And then you get to the bank, you're asking about, hey, so do you have retirement options? I want to save money for my kids. How can I do it? You're there asking about other stuff. You come at the bank and you look concerned and you're like, babe, unfortunately, I do not qualify for the loan. But they did tell me if we can push our current debts, you see now, this is wisdom. If we can push our current debts and make sure we pay them up, and I pay up my phone and pay up this and this, then we try again after 3 months, maybe then I will qualify. First of all, you listened. Second of all, you did put in the effort to help. Unfortunately, and now you're putting him in a position to work harder to try and complete and pay up all the existing debts before you go and even inquire for that loan, because now he's going to be fighting to pay this one back, the small debts, so that you can try again after 3 months. You see, life changes. Choose femininity, choose softness, and be wise. Win the battle, not the argument.